Now, a virtual assistant is kind of like an online executive or administrative assistant, but honestly, any person serving in that role does so much more. They might do social media management, managing somebody's calendar, keeping control of their email inbox, and doing all kinds of strategic things behind the scenes that make it easier for companies and individual solopreneurs to accomplish their goals. There are a couple of key personality aspects that an ideal virtual assistant should have. The first is organization. Most of the time, a client is hiring a virtual assistant because they feel disorganized and feel like they can't keep on top of all of the different things that are on their plate. So a virtual assistant plays a really, really important role in being able to keep that business owner or employee organized and on top of all the different tasks that are showing up in their project management system or in their email. If you are not organized as a virtual assistant, you will drop the ball and you will frustrate your clients. The next important skill that a virtual assistant should have is great communication. Since things are being done virtually, as a virtual assistant, you'll need to be able to keep in touch with your client and keep them updated with problems, concerns, issues, and even successes that you have. If you're not communicating with your client, they're going to lose trust in you and be concerned that you didn't understand the instructions or that there's something weird about the relationship where you don't feel comfortable communicating with them, even if it's just about general updates and how the project is going. Furthermore, at some point as a VA, you will probably make a mistake, and upfront communication is the only way to make that kind of situation known to your client. So great communication, which you have already done prior to making any mistakes, hopefully will make it easier for the client to adapt to cases in which you have made a mistake because they appreciate that you're being honest and upfront. Another great skill that every virtual assistant should have is research or the ability to figure things out relatively quickly. Virtual assistants are tasked with doing all kinds of different jobs. They're not always going to know the software, the material, or the basic concept behind what the client is asking. Sometimes they may not be able to do it at all, but they often try to figure things out by doing research on their own. Learning on the job is definitely a part of being a virtual assistant. You should always familiarize yourself with the type of niche, industry, or software that you're going to be using on behalf of your clients. For example, if you're an email manager VA, set yourself up a free account with ConvertKit, MailChimp, and other email service providers so that you can play around with it and feel comfortable in your skills. You'll always pick things up on the job in working for clients and learn tips and tricks for sure, but your own willingness to go be a self-starter and educate yourself about these different strategies, tactics, and software programs will definitely show to your client that you are a go-getter. So these are just 3 of the top skills that any virtual assistant should have. Which ones would you add to the list?